ordinary and the so-called mediocre life that many of us lead, or most of us lead, leads to a lot of dissatisfaction, leads to perpetual quest for being better, striving to be something more all the time. Today we celebrate in Mahapatra's form the joy of being ordinary. If we look at the evolution of mankind, the quest for extraordinary, that is being richer, having more money, being taller, being stronger, came from the existential nature of human existence in the initial period of life. People wanted to have bigger amount of wealth, many more houses, many more wives, many more cattle, many more kingdom, many more slaves. We are not having those kind of existential dangers anymore, or our biological evolution not having kept pace with the civilizational evolution. We will examine a few things, the physical nature of our existence, the financial nature of our existence, and the emotional and social nature of existence, to find out why an ordinary life can also be celebrated equally well. Let us first take, it is necessary to have a lot of money and a lot of possessions to make us extraordinary. Psychological research has proven it is not the possession but the process of acquisition which leads to greater happiness. Just remember, when you are looking for a new house, or looking for a new car, or even looking for a new pair of shoes, the joy and excitement is much more as compared to when you have it. More of the same thing which leads to supposedly the extraordinary life is never a passport to being happy. Ordinary people get happier. They look for occasions to celebrate, they look for occasions to buy, they look for occasions to possess, rather than having permanent, long-term, expensive and exotic possessions. The ordinary life is more celebratory, ordinary life is more rejoiceable as compared to extraordinary life of many, many possessions. Whether money brings more happiness or more happiness brings money. This is a typical chicken and egg story, but research has again proven that happiness, more happiness and much more happiness bringing money, the chances of that quality of money is likely to be much better than money as an instrument of bringing happiness. Many times we believe that people with very high IQ and people who are intellectually gifted are likely to be extraordinary. And people with ordinary IQ, people who are not that well read, people who cannot articulate very well, are unlikely to be extraordinary. Here again it is proven the ordinary attribute of medium level IQ and medium level intellectual accomplishment is much better, because people with high IQ are likely to be perfectionists. Although many of them are achievers, people with high IQ who are not achievers go to the other end of being extraordinary failures. The risk averseness in people who are having high IQ or high knowledge, and their inability to persist with things for a longer period of time, many times may lead to social failure at a higher degree as compared to people who are ordinary and people who are supposed to be mediocre. We always compare that we need to be like a Tagore or like a Churchill or like a Einstein in our behavior, not getting angry, not losing our cool, brooding over unhappiness. Human beings always aim for or think about what they don't have. Just think about a feedback session with your boss. If your boss in the feedback session has told that you are a great team player, you are persistent, you are intelligent, but he has told that you have to improve on your communication skill, you are more likely to brood over the negative feedback, that is what you don't have, than what you have. In case of emotions like anger, emotions like brooding over negative things is natural. It is unnatural when we talk of extraordinary people who behave in a robotic fashion, quite unnatural to be correct all the time. If you are suppressing those, you are likely to suffer emotional breakdown or psychological problems. So, better to be ordinary. Ordinary people are very discreet about their intimate lives as compared to the people who are extraordinary, who can brag about their private life, who can make friends easily, whose social life, like the typical PS3, it is not ideal to have private lives which are public, of going and making too many friends. Friendship is to be treasured, to be savored, to be of good use. Lesser number of friends, being discreet about your private lives is much better. In other words, another celebration of ordinary life. Last but not the least is the physical aspect. Everybody wants to be physically tall, good looking, attractive, bigger longevity, having a disease-free life. This weight loss industry, for example, is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The cosmetic and beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. In the best-selling book Ikigai, the authors tell that in the Japanese population who live the longest in the world, they thrive on moderate exercises just to have the fun of having mobility, having flexibility, age-appropriate physical fitness, rather than killing yourself with diet and with exercise to have a 5-pack or have a bulging bicep. Again, prove enough that the ordinary life of moderation, doing exercises to keep fit and feeling good rather than looking extraordinarily handsome, is the way forward to have a longer life, a life of happiness and longevity. So whatever sphere we look at, whether it is physical fitness, longevity, emotional fitness, making friends, having finance, I think there is enough to celebrate an ordinary and average life rather than striving to be extraordinary and being unhappy or being robotic. Thank you very much.